Good afternoon, everybody. How do y'all feel? You feeling good? You feeling inspired? I think Aaron really rocked my world, sort of with how to use Evernote. I feel like I have not been using Evernote properly now. I don't know about you guys. So today, I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about IAing your career. And instead of showing you a slideshow and getting all creative, I decided to make this more of a narrative and get a little personal with you guys. Because my career has been a long, windy road. And for many of you, especially those of you who have come to General Assembly, you are in the process of re-architecting your life through a change in career. So I thought it would be appropriate to talk today a little bit about my journey and kind of how I got to where I am today. So let me start with saying I am the manager of usability and design research at Mannheim, which is a Cox automotive company. My journey to this position that I hold today, like I said, was a very long and windy road. And I had some steps along the way that I want to share with you that helped me figure out how to get to where I think I'm most happiest, where I find my joy and passion. So join me on this journey. I know I'm going to be rambling a little bit, but I'd appreciate if you want to interrupt me at any time. Feel free to do so. I think of this more as a conversation and less of a talk. So let me start with the challenge. So for many of you who are in either a change in career or you may be currently in a career and you're feeling challenged, it's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to go, God, do I have to sit through another inception? Or what about another retrospective? You're feeling bored. I was feeling incredibly bored. I was feeling like I had been doing this for a long time and I couldn't find my inspiration. So I took this on and I thought, maybe I should just leave UX. Maybe I should just get out of this game. Maybe I should stop doing all the things that I loved to do in the beginning. I also felt a little beaten down at work. Work was really hard. It's difficult to continue fighting for the UX, for the design, for the information architecture, for the time to get that taxonomy right, for the time to think through those design problems so that you feel confident when you present your solution, that you feel good and you can get people rallied around that. Agile really hit me hard when I started working in an Agile environment. I will say, though, I'm not an anti-Agile person, but I did find it difficult to find that time, to find the balance between what is lean and what is quality, right? And I think a lot of us in this room, all right, show me a display of hands of who's working in Agile right now and finding it a little challenging. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, wow, so you guys are really good. Like, there's not a lot in this room. So that was a big eye-opener for me, the change in the technology process and how do we add the quality and the information architecture skills in. And I also felt a little crusty. I felt like, wow, I've been doing this for a long time. What do I do? So there was a point in time where I realized, you know what? I need to use my skills as an information architect, as a UX professional, to rethink my career. What kind of things and activities do I do every day when I problem solve and do that for myself instead of for my clients, instead of solving a design problem for an interface or a client? So I did a few of the things that you've actually seen here today. I was kind of shocked. I thought, oh, wow, people are already doing this. We're using card sorting. I did interviews. I interviewed my colleagues and talked to them about what my strengths and weaknesses were. My first task was to create a word cloud. I took a bunch of terms and said, what are those things that make me really happy about my job? What are those things that really suck, right? And how do I eliminate the suck list from my new list of what I'm going to do for my career? After I took that, I took some images, and I actually did something that in the design world, the visual design world, we do a lot. I made a visual map or sort of a chart of all the different things and journeys in my career that I wanted to make happen. So after I did that, I actually did some cultural probes using some techniques actually that we just saw to do that. So I reached down and interviewed, like I said, some of my colleagues throughout my career. I looked towards what I would consider to be my trusted network of people to find out what do they think about how I approach my work? What's it like working with me? What do I think is going to work for me in the future? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And I bounced some ideas off them. I also did some other things which were kind of strange, which was I basically pictured my life without UX and problem solving. Could I walk into an elevator without questioning the organization and structure of the buttons? Could I do that? Could I go into a grocery store and not go, wow, we could really improve this card swiper if, right? So I really took those things into consideration, and I made the list of things that would make me happy. The thing that made me the most happy, the solution for me, was actually interacting with people. When I talked to my colleagues, when I made my list, everything made sense when I looked at it holistically. When I put it together and designed my journey, it was all about being with customers, clients, users, people. I just wanted to be around people. I wanted to ask them questions. I wanted to get answers. I wanted to use those answers and do something with it, or share it with someone and have them do something with it. So my journey, although wild and kind of crazy, my journey really started with me figuring out a way to ask the right question. The one question I want you guys to consider taking away today is, what is my life like without problem solving? Because every single one of you in this room is a problem solver in some way, because you're here today, because you love information architecture, you love UX. Imagine your world without it and see what you come up with, especially if you're having a struggle with your career. Think about it. Try to do that elevator thing. Go into several elevators and try to see if you can not ask those questions. And what you come out with might be the answer to where you need to be. So try using information architecture techniques to reinvent yourself, to reinvent your career, or find more passion and inspiration in what you're doing. My final thought would be, reach out to be a mentor. Aspire to mentor someone else. If this is where you really want to be, if this is what you really want, if you love this, try to go out and find people that you want to network with, people that you want to ask questions and get answers from, but also that you want to share. You want to share something that you have, some passion about information architecture, some technique you learned at a conference. Do all those things and share and network with your community. And that's all I have for you today. You guys have any questions? So the question was, for a mentorship relationship, as a mentee or as a mentor, how long should that relationship be? As long as you're finding value in it from both sides. It could be as short as a few weeks or as long as a few years. I've known people who I've worked with for just a few weeks, and they've gone on. And then I've worked with people that I'm still working with today. I have mentors that are lifelong mentors for me. They're in what I call my connected circle, my trusted network. And they're people I still go to today for answers. You're welcome. Anyone else? Why are you passionate about being a mentor? Well, I am a mentor, but thank you for asking. Why am I passionate about being a mentor? Because what motivates me, what makes me tick, what gets me excited to get up in the morning is to learn something new and share that with someone else. That's the reason. Thanks for the question. Anyone else?
All right.
Thanks for your time today.